Hello and welcome to Popcorn for Dinner.
Yeah, some people like to move like that.
Hey.
That's
Like
hilarious.
isn't true.
I don't even know how that thing started. It's just always been like that.
Plus he puts his pod voice on. I'm like, yes, you better get it. One day that's gonna get him nominated. Quote me. I said it's here first.
Pod voice is crazy.
Yeah, amen to that. Hello, and welcome to the complete absence of consequences. My name is Ebube, and you are listening to Popcorn for Dinner. Our agenda today features the return, the highly anticipated and very surprisingly quick return of Apple TV's Your Friends and Neighbours. This show is extremely fun, it is extremely chaotic, and it is filled with our favorite thing to see on television, bad decisions from rich white men. Now, with the show concluding its second season, we have thoughts and we wanted to follow up on some of our initial feelings from season one. In addition to talking about the show, we'll be figuring out what exactly it's doing in the current TV landscape, if that's something that is sustainable, and if the narrative still knows what it's trying to say. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the show by myself, of course. I had to bring in experts because the truth is, a lot has happened since the first season aired. The world has started to burn. I'm not sure if you noticed. Arsenal Football Club has won the English Premier League and lost the Champions League. On top of all that, somehow, AFC Richmond has been rumored to return. The world is not the same place anymore, and we have a lot to figure out. And by we, I mean myself, Ima, and Angel. How are we doing, guys?
Good.
Feeling championly.
I feel like, yeah, it's life as a champion. But also, I feel like we've kind of become the unofficial Apple TV team. When you think about
I'm not here to complain about such things because that sounds like a blessing to
we
me.
have taste, you know. We heard it here first. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Robert Bailey Jr. Was saying when he came on to our review of For All Mankind season 5 finale, which is kind of a crazy sentence for me to say, right? Robert Bailey Jr. is just showing up.
Yup.
It's just like he was saying back then, like you could always tell that this service, this platform was going to be something special. Like the people running it know exactly what they're doing. They know how to get the right creative minds. They know essentially how to bring a vision to life. And every single show I've watched on Apple TV is somehow better than the last. And I don't know how they keep doing that. There's just always something new, something interesting. The shows always have an interesting message. And I feel like we're in a situation now where, you know, most things are slop and most things are made for people who aren't actually watching the screen. So to actually get a show that is like, you know what, you're smart, I trust you with the details, and if you miss the details, I'm sure you see it again. I'm just going to say what I'm here to say and go. As opposed to things that certain other platforms are doing where they're making shows designed for people looking at their phones. So the people on the screen are essentially saying things like, we're going to fight the bad guy now, right?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're so right. Like you genuinely have to pay attention. I mean, you don't have to, but if you're watching the show and you give it a dab, you will pay attention. You miss something, you miss 2 seconds, you're going back. Exactly. You're going back because it's that important. Like you don't want to miss it.
And it helps when it's a show like this that is nice to look at.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
That being
don't
said,
love John
like
Hamm?
when I rewind this show, it's not even like I missed something. Like more often than not, it's like
Did that actually happen?
No, like I need to see that again. Like I actually need to see that again.
Like, I hope I'm not on drugs, but like, did that actually happen? Like, especially this last episode. But yeah,
it's a little crazy, honestly. And we will have a lot to say about that episode. But first of all, thank you all for being here and getting on this journey with us. And thank you for paying attention to our feed. As I mentioned, For All Mankind season 5 has concluded. It was
amazing,
a roller coaster of a show. that show is like, I keep saying this every time I come on here talking
about
For All Mankind. I
don't think they try carry on my head like I carry For All Mankind. Like, not even in it's my favorite show way. It's just like, you guys need to be seeing this.
It is the best show you're not watching.
I haven't seen it. So like,
that's how I describe it.
You need to clock in.
The FOMO has been killing me when I've been seeing the episodes. I'm like,
that's what I have to see.
You know, because there was a part of me that like, should I listen to an episode? But then I was like, if I listen to an episode before,
you should definitely watch it first, because, like I said,
I feel like I always say, I should just look.
It is the best show you're not watching. So we've concluded that. We've also concluded our coverage of The Boys, which has concluded its series run. Osegale and I had thoughts on that one. Our MCU 12 recordings are still going on. Our MCU 12 thoughts are explosive and fun, honestly. It's an amazing project if you don't know, where we are reviewing an MCU movie every month for a 12-month period, trying to rank the top 12. And as far as I can tell, we are
very
currently succeeding.
Subjective top 12.
It's subjective. There's some feelings in there, but I recommend going to check the feelings. And speaking of feelings, we've also just done a review of Netflix's Beef, and my God,
need to finish that. Yeah,
my
I'm
God,
halfway through the season.
That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah. But you know what? Speaking of, having beef with people and being your neighbor's keeper, this show, man, Your Friends and Neighbours, season 2. It was a strong start. They tried to play me at the beginning, but I feel like this idea of Coop trying to get through and get past all of, I guess, the things that should be consequences of season 1, and basically just trying to still have a family life somehow with a woman that he divorced for good reason.
Yeah.
And children that are, getting to a point where they are figuring out, hey, what if I try ingratitude for a sec? Let's see what that looks like.
I could be just like, you don't even know I have $4 to my name right now. If you like, don't lock it.
Okay, you know what? Let's actually talk about Tori for a sec, because
I
have some issues. Number one, she's not wise, but I suppose that runs in her blood. That number 2, this whole plot of her not wanting to go to college, I feel like it robbed me of some screen time from important things. Because why was this going? Why was this such a focus? I mean, I suppose they tied in a lot of storylines into it. Like they tied Mel's storyline into it, which kind of makes sense. But I feel like viewers don't even like Mel.
Mel was probably my least favorite character in season 1.
Not too much on Mel now.
In season 1.
Okay, season 1. All right.
Mel was better in season 2. I will say that.
But
it's because she's realized season 2. Yeah.
Season 1, she was chaotic, man. Like, first of all,
she's still chaotic.
I mean,
the only difference is like she's a lot less delusional now. Like I feel like in season 1 she was chaotic and she's still like projecting togetherness or trying to project togetherness.
Yeah, because her body is screaming from the rooftops, "We are not together. Things are not okay here." Like, and that's so interesting. I do actually enjoy the fact that they took the time on TV in 2026 to explore something as specific to women as what she's going through, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like most shows don't necessarily go into stuff like that. So it was kind of nice for them to paint that picture to get people to understand. And the fact that those things that she was going through, specifically affected the plot, that's a good thing. That's impressive. And that shows that, they're paying attention to their characters. And one thing I will give the show is that the storylines do tend to tie in together quite well. I don't know, like I said, if all the storylines were exactly what we needed, but I'm guessing there are some fans of Tori out there. Like if I had to say,
what? Fans of Tori, I don't know. Understanding Tori's like her feeling like life is rushing at her too fast and she didn't feel like she had any control. Mind you, this is something she has been working. I'm sure we all understand that. Hey, you set a goal, or like your parents are just like, oh, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And you start working towards this. I actually wish a lot more children took the time to pause and be like, is this actually what I want? Now, what I don't love that she did is like, she took it to the extreme. Bro, she went from doing exactly that to, let's burn it down, which is fine. React how you want, but maybe defer your acceptance.
Literally
let's not
defer
reject.
or like ask questions.
I don't know.
How do you get
like
this?
You can take that year to pause and think,
like
but
Princeton
declining.
comes looking for you. You didn't go looking for
Princeton.
Princeton.
She literally went into that interview talking about, can we be serious here? I have great grades. I'm a fantastic study star. Plus, I'm a Nepo baby. You guys are accepting me. After dropping such a balls to walls ass of an interview response, she goes.
That's when I realized.
Like, girl,
I was impressed at first. I was trying to be impressed, and then I realized, she was trying to tank it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
she was actually
good. She's even incompetent at being bad. Like
it's
that's
so wild,
literally what happened. But I think for me, I feel like at the end, the way they kind of wrapped up the storyline kind of tried to validate it a bit more. Of like it said more about Coop and Mel, of like they were kind of almost being helicopter parents. Because when they were kind of talking about, do you remember that our apartment at 25 and stuff? And it's like they've been almost trying to compensate for coming from humble beginnings and almost kind of became these helicopter parents of like, or like we've divorced, so we need to make sure everything is perfect for them, all these kinds of things. So I got it from that point of view. What I almost didn't like was after all of that angst, at the end now she's like, I think I was kind of wrong. So it's now kind of basically her saying like what's, I don't know, I'm not kind of, like I wanted the lesson from the storyline to be like what Angel was saying of like, okay, question things, find what's right for you and stuff. But I almost felt like at the end, the thing was just saying she should just listen to her parents.
And it's just like, it was all for nothing.
So that was why I was like, there was just a disconnect there.
Yeah. I wish she had, like, maybe when she was having that conversation on Coop, it was more like, I wish I'd gone about this a different way, versus being like, I guess she was definitely trying to communicate. Yes, I rushed into this head first and a little too quickly, but I don't think she was wrong to do that, like to question those decisions either. I don't, like you're saying, I don't want the message to be, just listen to your parents or just, follow the path and you can survive and succeed, like question it within reason. And maybe don't blow up your life while doing it. But I think it's also pertinent because of what Coop said, in the sense that, you'll still go to college if you want to go to college. You may not be Princeton, but if you find somewhere that, you align with more and, will give you the education that you require, then, you still go to college. Like, you don't have to be a legacy kid and whatnot, which I think part of it was also the pressure. Like, being a firstborn is tough, cha. That's what I can say.
I think the only last thing I would say is I almost feel like this storyline would have worked better for Hunter, because I feel like the one thing as well, and I'm fond of doing this, is that sometimes I feel like this storyline probably was just lacking one thing, which is, okay, she doesn't want to go to college. What's her alternative? And that's
which
why
she didn't have either, which is fine. A lot of people don't have that instant answers, but she's not even allowing herself the time to figure out what that is, because everybody's just freaking out about the fact that she's not going to college. When her mom asked, what do you want to do? And she said, I don't know. I was just like,
like, not even like,
but
I'm going to figure it out.
It's not this. But the thing is, she didn't even know it wasn't that. She just knew she didn't want to do that because it was coming out
because of what they were doing. So she was acting out. That's what I was almost saying. Like, if it was Hunter, that we know is very into his music.
At least exactly, it'd be music that he's going to focus on. And
but also, he's more communicative with his parents to some degree, and he's not a ruthless contrarian. Like, he's not just trying to do stuff simply because it's the opposite or whatever. Though I will say, him continuously kissing that baby in front of his parents, it just shows that, man, the upbringing is different. Some people.
Big dog. I
was like, okay, big dog, no problem.
Like when his mom left, and to give them time, I say,
But I mean the context.
Yeah, exactly. A lot was going on.
Her dad is
they know they're already
this
dating.
Is the only person she has.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, speaking of Hunter and what's her name, Lila, like, when a real bad bee comes into your life, you have to move quickly. You see how you dropped that babe? That was
so ridiculous for that. Like, why did we spend time building that relationship in season 1?
We didn't build that relationship. What that relationship with that babe was, hot girl, nerd boy, I'm discovering the layers, right? That was his first time somebody being like, it's not even a babe that he liked. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he liked her per se. It was more like she showed him attention, and he was just like, he started liking her from that attention. Versus Lila, as soon as he met her, that it was already there. He's like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I was like, yo, do 15-year-olds like move like that? Because
think of your hormones when you were 15. Crazy. I used to like somebody every 2 to 5 days.
And my guy's like,
I was liking somebody every 2 to 5 days, bro. Like, be so for real. How many crushes did you have? Like, you move.
Nah, but still, man, I was embarrassed for the girl. She was trying to
for old babe, right?
Like,
nah, man.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Man's airing the FaceTime, asking dad, can I text her that I'm done? Yo.
No, the one that got me was when he came up to her. When she came up to him in school, and he was literally looking at her like, do I know you?
Yo, that was exactly what I said. I was like, yo, you were the brother that was with headphones everywhere, you know.
Nobody was talking to you. Nobody knew what you were about.
Like, remember where you came from, my bro.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy because it just shows that some guys are not beating the allegations. That also shows a point to
how ruthless guys can be when they don't care about you.
Some guys are not beating the allegations because, bro, this guy glowed up small. And I said, so, bro, his haircut didn't even change.
Swag. Thank you.
Even this girl, like, he wasn't even trying to talk to her. Wasn't it when Tori was like, oh, go and speak to her or something at the beach or whatever? And he went there and he was almost like standing up to leave after one sentence. And now he's like,
now he's a big
got
dog.
The juice, boy.
No, literally. He knows what he wants. He knows what he likes. He has awakened.
Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy. It's looking impressive to me on Delilah's part because just the fact that she had that level of confidence was it was almost scary.
I can't remember what scene it was where she was like, "You need to do something about your girlfriend." I said, "God, do."
Yeah, I said, when she said that, like, we need to do something about her. Hey?
I say, yeah.
She's her father's daughter. You get me?
Go after all you want.
But speaking of her father, what an interesting addition to this show.
What's the
to
character?
This season.
You know, it's so crazy. I had just been talking about how much I love James Marsden and
She's
miss
so great.
him on TV, and boom, Apple TV gives me exactly what I needed. What?
I don't know if you guys have seen Paradise on Hulu.
Oh
yes,
man, what a show!
Yes,
what a show!
Coming from that, and then I hear, he's gonna be on this show when season 2 was starting to come. I'm like, yo, and obviously Cyclops is coming back to the MC.
Exactly.
I'm like, Marsden is back, you know, because for a while they were in the Sonic and only Sonic Live.
Like, where is he?
I'm like, okay,
yeah, man. After Westworld, it was like, okay, what's he gonna do? But it was as if he wasn't thinking about it too deeply, which I think shows. Like, I think it was a matter of, you know, I'm gonna do, like, I think people get to a certain point, and I like when, you know, actors and creatives reach this point. It's like, okay, I'm good. Let me do what I want to do. Let me try some weird stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see people in those kinds of projects. They have the capital
to try that now. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's like he's coming back to something like this, and you can tell he's just having fun with it.
Oh,
like,
bro.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Like there's so much energy, the exuberance of the character.
To play Psycho. And wow.
Yeah, like
because what made me
amazing.
miss him was, I don't know if you guys watched that episode of Modern Family where he plays this homeless guy who's living in Lily's dollhouse.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
So basically Cam and Mitchell, they have this second bedroom apartment that they usually rent out. So they thought he was living in this second bedroom apartment. And Cam was trying to tell Mitchell, Mitchell's trying to tell Cam, be nice to him, stop being rude to our neighbors, right? And then Cam realizes he's living in their child's dollhouse in the backyard, not even in the apartment.
That's crazy.
He goes to go talk to him and he's like, hey babes, you literally can't do that. James Martin literally opens the door and says, please welcome into my home. And they start fighting it. It was so ridiculous. I was just like, yeah, he can play Psycho down. Like, I was like,
because I was like, this is the first time I've seen him unhinged. Like, he's normally like, you know, uptight kind of. That's crazy.
Your face unhinged. And he ate that up as Ashe. Rest in peace to my guy. What a way to go.
So he had 2 deaths. What a guy, man.
Okay. So I have to say, we've talked about his impact on the show itself. But what do we think of Owen Ashe, the person? Do we like him?
He's psycho. No, he's a psychopath.
He's nuts.
He is. And you know where he displays that is in his relationship with Sam. Like, otherwise, we're like,
I have to say, the love bombing signs were always there.
He went from love bombing to madness. Like, at the first part,
manipulation.
I'm like, yes, don't give a fuck about what other people are saying. Go for who you want, because Sam is a baddie at the end of the day, right? But then it's also just like, if Sam was a different kind of babe, right? Which love her down. It shows a different kind of babe, like receiving that kind of attention and just that those boundary crossings. Like if she didn't have her head screwed on right, this could have easily just been like, you hear so much about like, guys, and then, they break up with their women. He seems like the type to come back into a house and try and kill her or stab her and be like, why don't you love me? Why? What have I not given you? What have I not done? Like, I'm sure you understand. Who else would treat you like this? When he came into our house and she was literally like, why would you come into my house and do all of this when I told you to
set up a
are you well?
Professional chefs, like, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
She needed space.
And bro, that's, what she said to me. I said, yes, get in the game. But she was like, that'll teach you to go for low-hanging fruits. Because he's like, well, I picked you out of obscurity. And she said, well, that
was a crazy thing to say.
That was such a dark thing. I was like, no one was talking to you. Like, man was like,
so is that why you now came for me? You targeted me because I was the weakest link? Insane.
Dang, bro.
Like, crazy work.
That was, I think that was probably his, that was his least fine moment in the whole show.
Also factoring like no one knows what he actually does for work. Nobody knows. Like all we know is that he throws parties, he does drugs.
And he's freight shipper.
No, he's
asked him, guns. She didn't even ask him if he ships people. She didn't even go far enough. She said guns. Do you cargo people?
No, he's into import exports. He's into this and that.
But this is the thing.
He's a businessman.
This is the thing. Like they keep saying the arms dealing is even like a rumor, and I'm like, that means it could be worse. Like because they're like, he's in with some shady people. There might be a rumor.
Like there are wars everywhere.
Are you dealing in people?
And even that his lawyer guy,
Jamil is clearly like an enforcer.
That one's involved. Exactly. He's like, what they call them.
Like the Alfred to his Baswa. Like that guy was just like.
And it's so funny how guys like that always have like grayish hair, just to show you that like they're serious people. It's like, oh yeah, we're smiling, but and what was hilarious to me as well is when when they're having. I know we're jumping around the narrative a little bit for Ashe, but like, when they landed at that dinner in episode 9, right? Or this date turned dinner. And then he's like, oh, by the way, and the money that you're moving through is... And I remember that's actually one of the moments in the season where
the way he dropped it so casually.
Because it's like, of course, Jamil was going to find the money Barney was laundering.
Yeah, like, Barney wasn't even so... The whole thing was shambolic.
Yeah, I feel like at some point, people may have been watching the season and thinking, yeah, you know what, like they're not going to find it, but it's like, no, I like that the show is basically like, what do you think this is?
They're not stupid.
Of course they found
like
the
if
money.
I'm doing a full audit, you think they're not going to find the money that they're pushing through?
Nah.
I mean, this is what happens now when you're rich, you don't manage your money now. So, but yeah, like
there's a certain point where you have so much money that you cannot manage it yourself.
Let's talk about his death, though. I don't know why people always do this. And I get it. Yes, distrusting the police. But the facts are on your side, baby. He has cameras everywhere. You can literally see in 4K what happened. Why will you not go right?
I just know it really annoyed me, actually. I think this was an uncharacteristically weak episode for this show. In so many ways, as far as I can tell.
That's such
because
a
the narrative
decision.
Like the characters were making decisions that we're used to the characters making bad decisions. But we're not used to the characters making decisions that don't make sense just because the narrative needs them to do things. I remember at the end of episode 9 thinking, just watch how, like, they better not do anything that doesn't make sense here. Just only for me to get to episode 10 and it's like, you know what? When he says, how do we move a body? Like, my hands went, like, my face.
My question was, let's listen to the back man that said, let's call 911. Let's call 911.
I was like, bro, there is no world. Even me, in this situation, there's no world where we're not calling 911.
Because what did we do?
We did not do anything.
He was shooting at us. We were fleeing for our lives. He slipped and fell. Kilo coming.
Yeah, I think
he's the one that brought out the gun. And there are cameras all over the house. Coop knows that there are cameras. So why would they do this? Coop knows that the cameras have seen everything happening in 4K.
No, I guess this is where... Because I was feeling that, but then I was like, maybe this is me cutting the show too much slack. Because I'm like... First of all, Coop clearly has PTSD with the police.
That's like, so fair.
Yeah, 100%.
But then also...
I'm not getting arrested again.
But I think also, like, after that van incident where Coop was kidnapped, right? Coop, the way, and this might be the way John Hamm plays it, it's just like, it's very much like, yo, I don't think I know what's going on here. Like, this goes deeper than just money laundering and all these kind of things. And Coop is probably thinking like, yes, I'll say there are cameras, but literally I almost went to prison for a death that didn't happen anywhere near my house. Like,
but you
this one, who knows what they can do with those cameras? They'll find out that I'm extorting money, prison again. Like, it was just like, nah, bin this body.
So it's just like this consequence of when you're already committing crimes. You know, Coop and Barney were just thinking about, somehow they're going to find out about this money that they're laundering. They're going to find out they're going to do this, they're going to do that.
Clean. That's why it makes sense that Nick was the one that wanted to call the police, because he was clean.
Yeah.
The rest of them, they know they're cooked. Like, if anybody says, let's just lift under this carpet, and why would this guy die?
Of first-degree murder. I don't know.
But even that, though, like, here's another issue. I remember seeing that fall, thinking, that's a very bad fall. But is he dead?
I thought that as well.
I'm like, that's a bad fall, but come on, like, people, it's not as if he hit his head on like a sharp stone.
Yeah, or like, because I was checking, like, was the flower vase behind it or something? Like,
nah, he shot the vase in front of him, then he slipped on the water.
No, but like the first time I watched it, right, I was trying to check, like, was there a piece of the vase that went into his head, something like that. Like, that would have been like, okay, this is what impaled him or whatever. But then these man are like, just Barney's half-ass pulse.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas don't know how to check a pulse.
With no
like,
first
this
aid
is
training.
Time and time trope.
This was like, no pulse. Like, I'm like, and? This is why you call somebody.
It's like, this one was like, is it breathing? It's like, dead people don't breathe. Like, bro, what?
Did you check?
No, once they entered that car, I was like, I knew. I was like, he's going to wake up. He's going to wake up. And
I thought someone was going to catch them.
Yeah. And do you know, actually, I thought we had saving grace, because as they started trying to lift his body, I said, God, please, if you love me, let somebody walk into this house. Let somebody walk into this house and stop this madness. And that's what happened. Sam showed up. I said, yes. Thank God. But then I remembered,
I remember I said,
this is the person that buried a dog. Oh.
Thank you. A person
so I was like, nah, she's not going to help. She's not going to bring wisdom.
Wolf her magic hands.
You know, these guys are actually
husband's suicide.
They cleaned the house before they even moved the body.
Which is insane.
Like, I'm just thinking about it now.
That's so dumb.
Bleach and this thing. So what are you actually cleaning? Like, the body is still there. So if they check for DNA, they'll find it. Like,
I remember when I saw them lifting this guy's head to clean under it, I said, what are you doing now?
We weren't thinking. Also, like, it was such a stupid idea to go put him in a house that's about to be torn down. Like, I don't know, haven't we seen enough of bodies being dug up? When
they watch too much Better Call Saul.
And also,
that's the issue.
It preserves the body. Like, burying it in concrete preserves the body, baby. You can't put that shit in the lake and wait down and hope for decay to take its time and do what needs to be done.
This was where I knew that.
Lucky, I was like, when they entered the lake, I was like, thank God, because that was a stupid idea you guys were about to do.
Because you know something they do in these shows, and we're getting into this already, but like season 2 is very different from season 1, and it's almost always this thing of like, in season 1 you have the character that's like more or less self-sufficient, or maybe there's a small team or whatever. Then in season 2, they are incompetent to justify the need for more people joining the team. Because like suddenly Coop doesn't know how to wash money anymore. He has to bring Barney in. So like, this is where I was like, okay,
and you know
Coop is actually getting dumb.
Yeah, it's his confidence that's making him dumb. Because he has escaped murder.
Very dumb.
He escapes that time, but finding out he's a thief. So now he's like, well, since I am,
and I'm like,
I'm that
he's
guy.
shutting out Elena, who's probably actually the brains of the operation. What do you think about?
I said I'm surprised she didn't stab him. What are you talking about? My money's locked up. Do you know they're about to kill me?
No, literally. I actually thought she was...
Barney, if you don't go and sell your car and give me that money right now.
Her storyline was another madness.
And he was like, yeah, you know, my wife will start asking questions. Like, you know that there are guys with guns coming for us, right? Like, I feel like she should have just told them, oh, by the way, there's this guy.
Yeah. I bet she thinks that they'll just be like, how much is the liability, and cut her out of everything.
But not without me singing like a canary.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
I'll go to everybody's house and say, hey,
that house
came to your house and
chat.
stole this. You know you're missing? It was him. You know that thing you're missing? It was him. I can take it to his fence.
And the thing is that people talk, right? That's the issue. Yeah. I mean, Coop was busy dragging his feet. And to be honest, maybe the two of them could have communicated a little bit better. But you have, you know, Owen Ashe thinking he's the Great Gatsby. And then you have the people of Westmount Village who are essentially just like, you know... the problem in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Right? Because I find, for example, I find it so interesting how the women of this place were so happy that Sam and Mel weren't feuding anymore. And it's like, oh, I thought you guys were part of this whole. So is this that group think is just amplified in wealthy spaces? Like, is Westmount Village representative of a modern day Bridgerton?
Yes, because it is a group think.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Like,
because clearly you guys wanted to like Mel, but you didn't because you just believe you shouldn't. And like, Ashe literally said this. She's like, oh no, these people hate me. And he's like, no, they just think they should.
No, they don't. Yeah. They can't even stand up to be like, hey, Mel, like, I really get what happened. Like, it sucks, but you literally cheated on him. So I actually don't know why you're upset.
To be fair, Mel has shown a history of violence.
Terrible decision. That's true.
Ain't nobody trying to be. She beat Sam up. Ain't nobody trying to get a black eye.
And nobody's saying Sam wasn't a shitty friend, but it didn't have to become a whole ostracize her situation. Nobody ostracized Mel when she did what she did. She was throwing barbecue, doing in what they call them, Labor Day parties with her new bae after cheating on her husband, and everybody
in
just
his house.
Coop was mad.
Best friend.
Can you imagine?
That's another
Nick
thing
tried
about
to move
this
into
show.
Coop's house.
This is what I'm saying. This is why it was one of the things in this show that I don't know whether I'm too broke to relate, but the way the family dynamics work. Okay, they get divorced. Coop is funding the whole lifestyle. Then he still has to have his own budget for dating if he wants to find somebody. And this is his sister. And Mel is coming to tell Coop that, the check didn't clear or whatever.
When she said that thing, I was like, are you
having the time of her life?
See how interesting it is that her job was just for show. I thought that it was just for show because Mel was not employed this whole season. She lost that job in season 1. And I said, okay, what's next for me? I'm going to write a book. Does not write one sentence the whole season. And then on top of that, she's here like, there's some money that I'm waiting on. And it's like, bro, she literally...
now, she has no resource.
I get that. Let her be waiting on the money. But she sometimes acts as if she didn't kind of create the situation they're all in.
This whole mess.
Yeah.
And she gets all the good parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
nobody's saying that, Coop wasn't, unavailable, but there's just so many other ways to make that clear
the whole
without
thing just
doing what she did.
Weird.
Yeah. And, she's been showing us, her characteristics of chaos from time. When she was like, sometimes just feel the need to, she don't.
Yeah, and then...
Don't they loose. She's just like Tori. She does it in the extremes. She doesn't know in-betweens.
I was going to say, I feel like a part of this was they were trying to tell us Tori's like Mel, and that's why they can't get along.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, that's everybody's gripe with their parents.
But could that have been done a bit more efficiently?
And a daughter.
Oh, yeah,
it's like you realize as you're growing up,
need the whole
you become more like your mother. Daughter. So it's just like, we're butting heads because we're the same people. Like, intrinsically, we're the same people. Might not be the same, but we are the same.
They're butting heads for that reason. I agree with you. Yeah. And, like Iman and I were just saying, it's interesting how they chose to do that because I kind of feel like they could have done it a bit more efficiently. I wonder how, the women in the show, I mean, some of them are written fairly well in the sense that they're giving attention.
Like Grace, my girl.
Grace, honestly, I would agree with you that Grace is written well. Yes, Grace is written well. But I have some issues. I think she was
kind of harsh at the end.
Yeah, I have some issues with Grace.
Oh, no, I respect that.
This is
down.
I'm not saying that. I respect her decision. But
I'm just saying
the way she
harsh.
did it did not make a lot of sense to me. Because you already have enough problems. Why are you having this conversation outside in front of everybody? At least get home. Let him pack his own things and be going. Why are you now trying to...
That's not what it's about. It's like, you know what she said? It's exactly poignant. She said, this is the third. And he's like, well, the third time you lied to my fucking face. Mind you, how many opportunities has she given him? Barney, what's going on? Just tell me the truth. It's not like she's going to leave him. Is she going to leave him?
I mean...
And if she's going to leave him, she will leave him. He'll be fine. But she's leaving him anyway, and he still likes her.
He doesn't think he'll be fine, though. And she's somebody she keeps pushing something onto him. That is true. But she keeps pushing something onto him that he doesn't want.
Which
because
is why
she doesn't believe in him. And that's the problem with their marriage.
That's why they had that conversation. No, and the problem is that it's not that she doesn't believe in him, it's that he stopped believing in himself. And that's what she said. She's like, Barney, if I wouldn't be pushing this on you if you showed me an ounce of, you still give a fuck about all this you're doing, you believe in something. Like, she's like, you used to stand for something, I used to know, what you for. Now it's just like, what's going on now?
Was it not her dad that planted these ideas in his head of like, you're not making enough? Her dad's
been planting these ideas since they were together. It's only become so much of a problem now because now they're building house. Barney's main money person is now a thief. He doesn't have money anymore. She don't know that. he's under strain, he's under stress, he's moving
that's
erratically.
one place where I agree with his father-in-law, because it's like,
100%,
why is your whole business dependent on one client? I guess two.
Coop started this whole thing by paying him brown paper bag. That's
what she really said.
The root of all the family issues. Like, at least envelope, man, just puts it.
I don't know. Put in a briefcase or something. I don't know. Be classy.
Coop, man.
But you see all those things, and it make you worry about your husband and your family. And if you think your husband is already losing, you say, okay, maybe, it's time for you to go and work for my dad now. Maybe this is a sustainable source of income, because you're not giving me any other alternatives. You're just saying, I got it, I'm handling it. But every time you're holding your head because we're expanding the house. Okay, so which way now?
You know what? Can I actually just
ask you about it, you're lying to my fucking face? And now I'm pregnant, you still lying to my fucking face?
I know this is an unpopular opinion, but he should have taken the job with his father-in-law. I actually think he should have taken the job. Let me tell you why. Because
he should have come up with a plan.
Should have gone to LinkedIn.
Thank you.
Yeah,
maybe it's time. Maybe being a business owner isn't for him. Maybe it's time to go and be.
Yeah. So here's this is what I'm saying. He should have taken the job with his father-in-law, because his father-in-law essentially is concerned with legacy as much as anything else.
Yeah.
And the truth is, Barney would have ended up running that business with a lot more autonomy than he assumed he would. And he would have gotten to pass it down to his own children. So in a sense, he would have gotten to put his own name, his own stamp on everything. If he had had more assertiveness, if he had swallowed that little bit of pride, he could have said, okay, I'm going to do this for a little. Like, literally, he's looking for, okay, what can I do for a while as I try to, get things a bit more stable? Should I go and essentially run my father-in-law's company and become even richer than I am now? Or actually, you know what? Let me go and help my friend who is now a thief. Like, which option is the better one? Come on. If we're looking for temporary measures here.
Pride if it wasn't his father-in-law. Like, his father-in-law.
I get that. Trust me, I understand
that's annoying about it. Or they're always trying to undermine him by giving Grace money and doing this when they didn't fucking ask for that.
Yeah, it's true.
He would have rather died.
I get that.
So you're going to find a job elsewhere. If he wasn't going to do that, go on. Put your 9 to 5. Put your resume together.
LinkedIn.
Indeed, LinkedIn. Talk to your friends. So many people. I'm like, for God's sake, use your network.
That's fair.
But he's a money manager. And he's fine.
It's a very interesting.
And he should actually even tried to join Ashe's team. Come on now.
There's so many things that he could have tried.
Interesting career
choices,
career path. Like being a money. Did you say he should join Ashe?
I'm saying that at the beginning when they didn't know anything, he could have maybe tried to join Ashe to some degree.
Positioned himself to be like, hey,
because that would have been better, because at least they didn't know anything. Like, I think a better storyline for Barney this season, honestly, would have been he tried to join Ashe in order to, make his situation more stable. Then he, being on Ashe's team, found out what Ashe was, and then was now working with Coop to take down Ashe. Like, I feel like that would have been a more interesting story than Coop falls down, can't get up, and then has to call Barney to pick him up from the place where he's robbing the place. And then Barney is now like, you know what? I want in.
Yeah, I think, this is what I said, of like, they have to introduce some sort of incompetence to bring someone else.
That's what I'm saying. The show is making the characters make decisions that don't add up.
Like that.
Personally, if I get beat up and I find out it's because you're a thief, that's the end of that friendship. Nothing to me. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think an injury should have been why Barney got brought into the fold. It should have been because of his skill set. It could have been it could have been like, oh, Barney, we need you. Or follow the money. Something. Exactly.
Like, not him literally stumbling into it.
Yeah,
because the kind of, if it's a physical thing, it would have made more sense to bring Nick into the team. Like, that's probably who you'd go to. Like, I need someone to lift me.
Yeah, but Nick is
Nick is not who you call.
Nick is he's well off. If anything,
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
Elena, where's that your little brother now? Maybe he needs a job. Let him come and be helping us.
I'm just trying to think, like, if you're talking of the characters we know, like, in that scenario, it almost makes more sense. But like, calling Barney, like, part of me was like, Barney's gonna get here and he'll still not be able to lift him or whatever.
I said me as Barney. I think that's even when Grace knew he's not okay. What do you mean? Coop was getting beat up. You want to go and help him. They beat you up. You almost died. And you're like, all Gucci, all chill, all sweet. Don't make sense. It don't add up to me. Like, that's the problem with Barney's business models, because now he's tied his life to Coop. and Anthony. So he must be there.
And funny, that was a problem in the first place, that his father-in-law, whom again I will admit we don't like him. I'm not saying we like him. But
he was making good points.
But he was out of line.
Most man,
right.
makes a good point.
He's always annoying, right?
That was a good point.
When is the guy you don't like that is correct?
Hello.
It's the worst thing. That's when you know if you really care about being correct or not.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, man.
But yeah, I also need to say like to go back to where this season started. Ashe catching Coop. How dumb can you? Coop has got too overconfident, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Man was just strolling
after escaping a murder
just
charge.
the face cap.
He said, I am a white man in America. What am I worried about?
And that brings me to what I missed that a lot this season. There weren't really heists this season. Yeah. Last season, the heists were fun.
One of my favorite narratives.
He knows their schedule. He's aiming for them.
Exactly.
Okay, there's this security system. He knows it because he knows this person. Like one of my favorite scenes in season 1 was when it's a family that has traveled, and then the policeman comes and he's like, "No, my wife is upstairs. We're actually traveling tomorrow," and he just plays it because he's rich and white, and he moves on.
Yeah,
but like now he barely does it, and I guess that they want us to feel like Elena in that sense of like, what kind of business are we running here? Like one heist in the whole season, I'll be 2, and then your back is even
like,
inconsistent.
Okay, so you don't care about money anymore. What? You have all you need for Stanford.
It's like if we're doing this, let's do this. But obviously, she didn't have as much leverage, and it's hard for her, right? Because her brother is like the dumbest guy on the earth.
Oh my God! Like siblings.
Imagine being that. Can you actually imagine being that stupid? I can't.
No, that's him in prison.
I'm not sure I'm capable.
In fact, be sending him back, deport him. You people are not. He's not serious.
That guy.
I'm telling you, literally,
didn't...
go and do anything else. Go and work in Walmart. Go and do anything you want, and you want to go and be running with the big boys.
He's doing that, right? And he's coming back to say that that her job is nonsense, is embarrassing. And it's like, bro, she's providing for you.
Me.
Like, she brought you here.
Me.
So I say youngins, man.
Like, she literally elevated you.
Ungrateful. I personally would have let him deal with whatever debt he was owing. Me carry my 50 kids.
Also, man, isn't the guy an adult? Like, why is he?
That's what I'm saying. It's not like he's a teenager.
Also, are those gangsters the only people they know?
We know she has cousins, so cannot work with the cousin. I'm sure the cousin has a security company.
Yeah, because there was the guy that was working in the security.
Thank you.
For a minute.
He can't.
They fired him. No, they probably fired that guy because he was leaking everybody's passcode.
100%. 100%.
So, but at least they had other people. This guy's like, well, there's no money here. My sister is a housemaid. Guess it's a drug life for me. Like, bro, like...
It's just like you can literally choose anything.
Choices in life.
Literally choose anything. I don't know, go back to school. I don't know, go get a job at Walmart. Save your measly $7.50 an hour. Make something of yourself. Try and help your sister. I don't know, how about that? Maybe you become a nanny. You clean too. Maybe you're beyond that. You know, that's the privilege of being a youngin. He's beyond all that.
Ingratitude. It's ingratitude. I'm lucky. For me, the only saving grace is that we did not have to see Chivo as much. We just didn't have to see him.
Oh my God.
As much as because
I don't really like that whole storyline. Even the whole gangster guy. Like, I don't know what it is about. You know, all plays to the actor or whatever. I don't know. There's just something about how he plays it that just takes me out. It's just like I'm watching a different show when he's trying to chew scenery, and then like he's trying to take the NBA rings. Like,
literally.
It just feels like a different show. I just tune out. Like, this is not what I came here for.
Yo, when he punched her in the face.
Because me personally, that episode where he was like, I mean, you know, could discuss a discount, you know, for 1 or 2. I might have given him 1 or 2. Let's talk about, you know, getting that down to 25K. Okay? Maybe even 50 if we go out for 6 months.
Honestly, you know, because I can actually, to some degree, I can understand that because it's like her life is on the line. And she knows her life is on the
your
line.
Life or your, like, at this point, if you're really going to stand 10 toes down, mind you, your business partners aren't even answering you money. Personally, I would have stolen from Coop. See that his car. Sell it.
Literally, like, she could have
actually just robbed Coop.
She could have robbed Coop.
Just robbed Coop.
Do you know, actually, that would have been a great storyline. And then when you got her, she would have been like,
Coop would have thought it was Ashe's guys or something.
I could have been like, okay, heard. I'd be like, oh, are you okay?
And then that would have brought in, like...
back? Damn, that's crazy.
That would have brought in some actual, like, conflicts between them. And that would have probably been a bit more interesting.
I guess that kind of brings us to probably the setup for season 3. Who kidnapped Coop?
Yeah, when everybody's denying that they were the ones who were behind the van.
Yeah.
Would it really have been crickets?
I feel like She was giving me definitely ruthless vibes. 100%. 100%. 100%.
Interesting.
And for the male to say, it makes me even believe it further. He must know about her in the dark side. So, yeah. No.
They have meeting at night or something.
He must know a lot in the dark side.
In finance.
She's in the underworld.
You must know now. You must know that our cricket. So yes, she's beautiful. Oh, yes, she's nice. So, but don't play with her money because she won't play with you.
Could it be?
Because
that's an interesting thought.
Ashe,
I guess that's probably the only person it could be actually. Yeah,
it's not nigga from what's it called? What's his name? What's that company?
Because I have
Bailey
to
Russell.
believe the mill.
Come on,
yeah,
Jack.
It can't be Jack or what's his name now.
So yeah, I'm here for my female gangsters. Beat him
also,
up.
That
trying to bring
scene
rubbish into my company.
That Jack scene of too many pills. It stayed with me for a long time. Because I was like, brother, calm down. Like, I thought they said older people are supposed to be composed. My man saw bodies and took overdose.
Bro.
I was like, if I die, I die.
And then he starts complaining like, oh, look at what they've done to me. My friend.
I was like, if I die,
like, be
I
so
die.
for real.
And then he was not trying to sort of guilt trip Coop, like, this is your future. I'm you. You know, you're gonna be me. And Coop is like, brother,
you don't know I'm a thief. This is not me. My future is either jail
also have your painting
dead.
at home.
Yeah, what was that at the end, by the way? Did Coop return the painting?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Coop is trying to buy his soul back.
His conscience.
But the funny thing about returning all this money and returning these things is like, bro, they will trace you, Sha, but no problem.
Literally when he did that,
Also,
I was like,
it's very stupid.
how the police going to find this
So what was
suspicious
the
that he
point of
sends his money
everything?
back right immediately when you don't even know where he is?
Yeah.
Abi, do you know he's dead?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
Just that Demille and Co probably sweep that up for him.
Yeah.
I guess because they don't want to get involved in nonsense.
600 million?
And literally what Elena said, like, you had 600 million, you couldn't take a couple $100K to give me the money you owed me.
You couldn't just take a little 2 million? Is that where your chivalry has gotten to?
Is that where we are? You want to reverse your thievery now?
Yeah, it literally doesn't make sense.
And I'm all for people changing their ways, okay? All for that, but be so for real.
What's Coop's plan actually? Because he already talks to men.
The problem is he doesn't have one.
Is he trying to apply for 9 to 5 again?
This season doesn't make as much sense because he doesn't have as much of a plan, and you know he could have helped. He could have fronted Elena, but instead, like the show needed him to kind of just be tied up dealing with nonsense. Because I feel like in season 1, this is something that would have been dealt with. That
Elena and him relationship, like, he would not have done that in season 1. Like you said, they could have communicated better, but it's because he was not communicating with her. Like, he genuinely wasn't. Like, she was such a far afterthought in his mind. Mind you, this is literally your partner in crime.
Yeah.
Your literal partner in literal crime. And honestly, I want 2 things I want to bring up actually. Coop getting caught and Coop's deteriorating back. Like, how well would you guys say these 2 narrative devices were used? Because it's like, okay, Coop's
it was
back.
A bit extreme.
Coop's back. Obviously, like they're in the worst of situations, and it's now my back. You know?
Yeah, and it happens so conveniently. Like, you forget about it for episodes.
You know that scene where he was like, oh, before he would have jumped out the window. I'm like, really? But now, you know,
jumped out the window. I was like, bro, you are not serious.
I was literally like, really? You're 50,
bro.
But okay. Let's talk about that.
And that leads me to the other thing I mentioned, the fact that he was caught, right? Because then he's in this house with these 2 people and he's coming down the stairs in front of them and they don't see him. And I'm like, come on, guys. Do you really
that was his father's spirit.
Okay, Coop knows how
know.
to do it or whatever. But
this was broad
also,
daylight.
Can Coop afford a chiropractor?
I don't know.
Apparently not.
Physio, at least.
Something. Like... Man,
don't you have health insurance? Like, what's he spending all this money on?
I think ultimately, like, when we talk about like the Elena storyline as well, I don't know how we got here. Maybe because in season 1 we're meeting these characters along the way. But I think in season 2 we've ended up in a situation where it's like we need to give everybody something to do. You know, so it's like Mel, you get a weird ass neighbor who's gonna get some weird ass dog who's gonna be coming to do whatever.
No, but I hated those people.
Is going to give you the best time of your life.
But you know those people were ridiculous.
Why
is your dog roaming?
Oh, it's my dog. Why is he poop in my yard? Okay, come on, take up the poop then.
They told us to let him roam. What are you talking about?
Roam on your property.
Like,
you have
build
property.
a fence. You get a dog like that and you just allow him to roam into other people's homes. Like, imagine disrespect. But the problem is that this now turns Mel into the villain, and it's like, why are you guys making me defend Mel?
You know what? You know when she said she told him like, oh, when he was like, oh, you should consider like counseling classes and whatnot. She's like, oh, I'm a licensed psychotherapist. And he was like,
they really just give everyone licenses, isn't it? That's literally what he was thinking.
No, literally, he's like, oh, so maybe that won't work. Fair.
But imagine the audacity of them saying that we would feel better if you had anger management classes. I was like,
I would feel better if you did live beside me. And I can't do nothing about that.
The whole storyline was a mess.
I can't do nothing about that.
They dragged Ali into it. That was the night where I was like, I actually felt for Mel in that scene, man. When she woke up, she stood up after the Portaloo. I was just like, this is a sham. Going to the prison, going to the police station to meet her daughter there. I was like, what kind of life is Coop living?
This is hello.
Coop is at this.
Coop was at the Hamptons at the time, right?
You have to drive back 4 hours.
They have seen the FBI. Coop has reconnected with an old fling. Like, life was just crazy.
He's trying to mind his business, right? But unfortunately, he's in charge of people that, which by the way, he shouldn't be in charge of them again because they are divorced.
Yeah,
like literally, the man can't move. The man can't move on, and that brings me to a line that Lou said. You know, keeping one foot in the door is essentially what's going to get you burned. And that's what Coop is doing throughout the season. He's one foot in the door. He's one leg in, one leg out the entire time. And it's like, bro, you need to pick a side. You need to decide, okay, this is what I'm doing now.
Am I going to be a family man and try and make business this work? Or am I going to be my
You need to set boundaries with Mel.
With Mel, like, it's real bad. Yeah.
It made no sense to me because like then they're trying to rekindle. It's like you see them almost hooking up a few times, and I'm like, stop it.
I think if there's anything I don't want in this show, it's them getting back together. She deserves better. They can't get back together. I'm so sorry, they can't.
But like
I really don't want that.
This is what was weird to me. Like, you know, we talk about him being 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but it's like that in every part of his life. He's 1 foot in. Okay, I'm doing shady business. But I kind of don't want to do shady business anymore. Yeah. Maybe this is my chance to be, you know, back in Bailey Gifford or whatever it was his company's name.
Bailey Russell.
Bailey Russell, sorry. I'm calling the actual... but yeah, he wants to be back there, but doesn't want to do shady stuff. Okay, family. I'm done with Mel. I kind of like Mel, you know? And then it's like...
But I'm kissing Sam.
Then even with his sister, I want to let her be her own thing, let her grow up. Oh, she's teaching at the school. But I need to take control now that dad has died. Like, he's just always in conflict. Like, there's nothing solid about it. And then it's interesting that Mel is now like, I don't know whether it's her being horny or flirting or whatever. And then she's like, nah, Coop is so brilliant, so single-minded. I'm like, he's anything but single-minded. Like, he's always in between.
Said, no, but you know what you're saying is that's what
she doesn't know him again.
Yes, that's what he projects.
She barely knows him anymore. That's the issue. She thinks she does.
He's a deeply conflicted person. I don't know if that's what she said exactly, but what she's saying, like, yeah, Coop is brilliant, he's lovely, he's this, he's that, and that's what he shows you. But he's I think she says he's a more sensitive person, something like that. He's deeply masking. He's deeply masking.
Because, like, there's just...
masking and masking. Yeah. Doing both.
Yeah, and, you know, I think about the conflicts and everything, you know, because... as we know, right, there are 4 main categories of conflict in literature, right? There's person versus person, person versus self, person versus society, and person versus nature. And there are a few other ones that derive from some of these, like person versus supernatural, person versus technology.
Literate.
And the truth is, I think a good story in today's day and age will essentially have a good variety, a good balance of all of these, right? For example, we look at Barney. His issues are essentially person versus, he's like half person versus person because he's in conflict with like his in-laws, and then half person versus self because he's in conflict with himself as to what he should do, right?
Yeah.
You have someone like Coop who is mainly person versus self because he is his own worst enemy in a lot of ways. But the funny thing is that for Mel, I feel like she's dealing with a lot of those, right? She's person versus person. She's definitely, she has enemies. There's person versus self. There's person versus nature, right? Because, I mean, if we count the fact that she's fighting her body, and then there's person versus
and her body,
and the dog too. And then there's person versus society because she's not feeling like people are turning against her. So I feel like
after the whole Sam thing as well.
Mel was essentially the person that they used, the character that they used to essentially, just display all the different kinds of conflict, and that's why it's kind of driving her insane. Because
it's so chaotic.
To be honest,
like she's actually losing her fucking mind.
The whole time.
Yeah,
literally the whole time.
When she started getting honey, when they were talking at the thing, I was like, nah.
Hey,
I was like,
stop it. And then there's the whole issue with the contractors and Miguel.
Yeah, Contractor Bay.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Contractor Bay. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what to call him. Like this Contractor Bay.
Miguel?
I think it was Miguel or something like that. But yeah. Like,
Miguel, and
then you have the whole thing with Tori that she's going through the whole season, and it's wild to me because
like the only place that Mel was actually able to be.
I'm sorry, but like
consistent.
the Contractor Bay storyline was just so ridiculous.
Kill me.
There was that scene where she was imagining it.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny.
She's like, I'm so horny.
No, but like the lines as well. And this is something what people say of like, your fantasies tell a lot about, what you're insecure about. Because suddenly, the guy's like, ain't no 20-year-old pussy as good as this. All these kind of things. I'm like, if a normal person said that in real life, you'd be calling the cops. Why is this brother saying
are you okay?
Like, why is this?
That dream
why
was
do you think
wild,
about 20-year-old pussy? Aren't you too young to alter that?
So what kind of?
I mean, Miguel is younger than her. And then
she wakes up and she's just sweating. I'm like, yo.
I'd say he's like 10 years removed from her at least. Like he's probably in his
I
like
really
mid-30s.
love that scene where she's like telling him everything, and she's like, yeah, like I'm fucking his. He's like, so you're single? And she's like.
I guess she was starting to think she was not attractive anymore.
You just need a real
this
good
is why
nut.
I was confused because she was flirting with Coop at the same time. So I'm
It's
just
because
like, what do you want, ma'am?
She was feeling very...
It's confusion.
Because not only did she cheat on Coop, she actually cheated on Nick with Coop too. So she's just like, it's
just like everything is a shambles. And then they were trying to hook up, and then they found
she's going through.
Yeah, they were trying to hook up, and then they found that guy, and the guy that comes to ask Coop for advice.
And Coop gave him actual great advice.
He's not ready for the advice. He's like, okay, so divorce your wife then. If it's not working out, divorce. And he's like, there's no happy ending for the two of you. You think that lady will leave her husband?
No, he literally thinks, you think I'm living a good life here being single? Babes, nobody will know if I die today until Mel has to ask for the check because he bounced.
Literally. It's just like, also, like the guy coming to Coop is so funny to me because, like, okay, is Coop the expert in affairs or is
apparently
it like the risk
I was wondering, like, why are you asking Coop? I actually was thinking the same thing. Is like,
because Coop therapists in your circle.
Because Coop did not have an affair. Like,
no, he didn't. But
so
the thing about it is, like, to them, Coop must be that guy because he was cheated on, and then the babe that cheated on him cheated on that guy with him again. He got to date Sam,
and then I guess
who was newly single in that time.
So Coop is actually the
only
risk
one who's, he's actually tasted the water.
So everybody just thinks he's coasting. Meanwhile, he's lonely. And
people think he's with Elena as well. So
and it's unfortunate that he has chemistry. He have chemistry with a rock. So, like, actually, not even me.
And actually, you know what? Speaking of him being lonely, right? And even the idea of chemistry, like I want to talk about his relationships with 3 other women as we start to actually close. Ali, his mother,
freedom,
and Liv Cross. And I want to start with Liv Cross because
Liv.
That one is like this is the problem with overplaying your hand. Sis, you didn't need to be in this season. I hope let me not break it to you.
No, you're right.
When she came back, I was like, so there's no.
Like I'm looking at you. It's like, you know that you are lucky to be here, and then what do? You're going to be like, you know what? Nah, this is it. I'm young and I stand for something. Congrats, you have no job.
No, wait. Before that, she's basically trying to get Coop in bed again. Started all of this mess.
Yeah, mind you, it wasn't her fault because, like she said, she didn't file any complaints, nothing, but she benefited from it.
Fair enough, but sis,
but now,
like, read the room, go on Tinder, do something.
Like, I cannot be the only nigga around for you to fuck. Okay, please, you're young and hot, actually.
Like, Coop came in and immediately she's like, "You need a drink."
Yeah, no, it was hilarious to me because
she was laying it on so thick.
But here's why it's funny, because he then goes on to explain what all the issues are. He goes on to basically ruin the evening, ruin the vibes. And then she's like, no, stop this, da 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 da. Okay, and now, do you want a drink? And I'm like, Like I thought you had an issue. I thought this is supposed to be the end.
Stand for something.
She's like, okay, I know you're dumb. I know you're trying to ruin everything, but like, hey man, like,
Go once,
we're running out of time.
Exactly.
And then when he's trying to protect her job in that scene with Jack, right at the end. And to be honest,
and she doesn't realize.
But here's my issue as well. Jack is a problem. We can agree on
definitely.
This, right? Because you didn't need to fire her. Why are you firing
asshole.
her? He's like, you're trying to do a favor for Coop.
Somebody has to roll for this. I mean, I can't fire Coop. You don't need to fire anybody. We can't just
Why does anyone need to roll? All of a sudden, he's like, oh, why am I even why are you helping me? He's like, I don't know. Why are you okay with this? Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing you a favor. It's like, okay, so what, you feel bad for what you did in season 1? Jack is an idiot. I hope we don't see him again.
Actually, me too.
That's all I need to say. So, yeah, did the show need Liv Cross? I don't know. Did she need to get fired? No. I don't know. Will she be back? I'm not sure I care.
I hope not.
I'm hoping it's firing. This is the last we see of her. Because she doesn't really drive the plot device anyway.
Yeah. Now, Coop's sister, Ali. So,
love.
There's this whole thing about like her, like we like the character, but there's this whole thing about her doing these like, she's having these self-fulfilling crash out prophecies, right? First of all, there's the whole thing of like, can she keep a job at a school? And to be honest, that was going fine. And then all of a sudden, it's like she woke up and said, "Know what? I'm going to prove the haters right."
Actually, don't give a fuck about this. No, I think what she realized is just like, after trying to get these kids to care, and I guess they've cared to an extent, which actually surprised me. I'm like, oh, why are you leaving? Because now they actually.
She was actually quite good.
Yeah, she they were learning.
Impactful. They are strumming their cause. So I guess she's just like, I don't want to do this. Bye.
Or maybe, I guess maybe it's more like to her, like, if I could do this, maybe I could do more. Okay,
exactly. She could do what she actually wants. Yeah.
So maybe it's that.
But then there's the fact that everybody is now also treating her like an egg.
A child.
Her father's funeral. Which brings me to Coop's mom. Because Coop's mom is an issue, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not here to disrespect the elderly. But ma'am, bro, like, you're not there for your daughter.
Dad was going through it.
Like the fact that the dad literally kept an affair going on. Like, how did you guys actually feel to find out that Coop's dad, of all people, was having an affair?
Had an emotional affair.
I was like,
wow, so shocked.
God.
I was literally like Coop.
I think that was what the writers wanted. Like this idea that it's like, if somebody like this can do this, then it was bad at home.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and
wow.
Also, to me personally.
But then also, I think what was nice was I kind of ended up feeling like Coop of like, I'm kind of glad he had that.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, even though what somebody has done is wrong.
For everybody else.
You kind of know that,
he did this for himself.
He was able to live a little bit, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had something that was his. Yes. And even what the lady was saying, right?
For him.
I'm not condemning cheating, by the way. Let me just say that one out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like me personally, leave your marriage. But
Yeah, but the fact that he was...
This is something I can only say in depth of at least he had something good.
Yes. So it's kind of like this idea that he was able to sort of find some joy in something. And, as we're stating, he definitely should have actually addressed what was going on in his marriage. But there was something kind of avoidant about him. And he just wanted to be like a bit of a peacemaker.
It's conflict averse, yeah.
Yes. So...
I mean, to deal with a wife like that, he got to be conflict averse, baby.
I guess he built that muscle, and then he found somebody who was actually interested in him and like wasn't complaining and all that. So, he definitely shouldn't have done that. But I guess, in a sense, I'm happy for Coop through that, because then he gets some comfort that like, okay, somebody actually was taking care of his dad. That wasn't like, just causing issues all the time, so to speak, because I don't know, the show just wants us to dislike the mom, but she wasn't necessarily...
She's a problem. Yeah. She's a problem.
I really liked that episode. I think that was my favorite episode of the season. The whole thing
the funeral?
Was that.
I really liked that too.
Because I think it was really introspective for Coop.
As well. Like, I was just thinking about when he saw the gift and he was just like, just like a lot about the gift. It says more about the giver than the receiver. And just, he didn't like what that said about him.
Remember where we met Coop? It was all about, I'm part of this society of people where we buy stuff we don't even need, that wouldn't miss if it was gone. And that's why I started rubbing them, And it's like, this kind of comes to the other side of the circle of like, I did feel like this. But like, when he felt like this, it wasn't like, I need to change my sister. I can't be one of these rich people or whatever. It was just like, okay, these guys are dumb or whatever. But then it's like, okay, this is why my dad maybe this is why he lived like this, no holidays, all these things. But he was probably happier than I am.
Yeah.
You know? And just thinking about, everything the dad put on. And, the show goes to tell us that, like, the dad kind of knew he was dying, like, trying to set up, time for them to spend together, like, showing up without the mom, just us, suddenly needing Coop to fix a TV, all these kind of things. It shows us that he knew his time was coming.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to say. He just wanted to enjoy whatever he could before.
Yeah, episodes like that where they keep everybody in one location usually tend to be quite interesting because they have to get creative with the writing. They have to get creative with the blocking, with the character interactions. And it's a good chance to put people who wouldn't normally interact much, in one place. And I think Coop's dad's death affected him. I actually wish we had seen the effects of that a bit more. And
I feel like
that's
me too.
That's kind of my last point, really. The fact that
if nothing else,
I guess the effects we were seeing was like his ghost, being around and leading Coop out there, showing up in those moments,
kind of making him question things.
That was pushing forward his crisis.
It became a voice of reason that he needed.
Exactly,
and the show definitely used that. I feel like
they really did. I feel like his reaction to Owen getting, like, his mom giving Owen stuff and Owen being so, like, present. I was just like, yeah, that's so how do I say, that's my daddy, energy of Coop, essentially.
And I will also add, that the specter as well of Ashe's wife, I think that was a bit wasted because
we don't know
all we ever did was hear about this woman. Like, we didn't see, like, they didn't necessarily need to do flashbacks or whatever, but like, we should have seen more about how that was affecting.
Nothing. Yeah.
I mean, we saw the picture in that home office in the Hamptons, right?
Yeah, but we don't really have
when Sam walked in there. But like that's it.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh, this is good casting because she actually reminds me of Delilah, the daughter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, we should be seeing more about, why this lady's absence has affected this man so much, because that's literally part of why he starts interacting with Coop.
Yeah.
No, but it did though, because like when Coop stole something, like he said he would have even maybe let it slide, but then the book he stole was like the first book that she gave him.
His wife gave him, yeah.
Oh, no. What I mean is like, I thought you meant in terms of like his life choices with whatever he does for work and things like that.
No,
like,
I mean in terms of
I would have liked to see how this good
yeah.
woman fits into that. Like, is it that she found out? Did she never find out? Did he
do something to her, for example?
Yeah, that was my question. Did he do something
part
to her?
of it?
Were there like consequences?
Exactly. Was she a consequence of his life? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I would have liked to know more about that. And the fact that now the character is dead, I don't know if that's something we'll get. Which,
I think
that brings me to kind of the end of this, right?
Again.
Is he truly dead? I mean, we believe he's dead. I hope he's dead.
I think with the scene
I'm going to say he better be dead, because this one that they brought, the fisherman at the end,
they're going to pull up his body.
When I saw that fisherman,
I was like, don't try it. I was like, I said, don't try me.
Guys,
don't try me.
Guys,
I was like, surely what they're going to say is that he's going to find the car or something. Or I don't know, a piece of the car or something. Surely not that this guy is actually alive.
I guess
they're leaving themselves. They're going to find the body. Like, that's going to launch an investigation, because at this point, nobody knows if he's dead or not, and X, Y, or Z.
But so if that guy is alive, because it has been days.
And it's so funny because I'm thinking of Nick, like, if they just hear that, a body has been found, this Nick is going to walk himself into the police station and say, look, let me tell you what happened that night. Okay? Honestly. It wasn't our fault.
To talk about Nick quickly. Yeah, like, for a lot of the season, I kept asking myself, does Nick really still need to be on this show?
He's going to snitch. Now you know that he kept him here so he can snitch.
And then when the thing happened at the end, I was like, this is why he's still here. So that he'll snitch.
When he's like, you guys are my best friends.
Or he'll be the problem.
Because why is he
they'll have to get rid of him.
Something. Like this is something.
Fuck you, Barney. You fired Barney. Who knows your secrets? Come on now.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm like,
even Barney had to say, okay, so I think now you're being stupid. It's like, what do you mean I'm fired? Bro, do you know what we're in right now?
Bro, like, Nick
it doesn't make any sense.
Man. Even the way he was just like, oh, Ashe is bringing money, just bring him in. He's too naive. For someone who stole his best friend's wife, he's so naive.
And honestly, I did kind of like the notion of them exploring this idea of the past his prime athlete that has no kids, and it's like, I need to leave something behind. And that's the thing, this obsession with legacy. It's like, there's so many other ways for you to leave something behind. You're rushing into financial bed with a guy you just met that you know nothing about.
You're doing toilets.
Like,
bro,
literally,
you're doing
no matter
gym.
no matter how many gyms I want to own as franchises along the country, like, I feel like if somebody suddenly says and it's like, oh, I can 20x your business, I feel like I should be like, as great as that is, you need to have some skepticism, no?
No, literally.
Like, brother, why can't you 20x somebody else's business?
You know what I'm saying?
Why is it me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we start with 1x, then we build and see how that goes. Why are we jumping straight to 200
20. Guys bring you some shitty ass lawyer. You're like, yeah, Barney, give him the books.
And Barney's like, bro, are you kidding me? Have you seen these guys?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't know what we know,
said there's something definitely going on here.
It's like that Riddler meme. Does he know? Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just saying, give him everything. Like, even when DeMille threatens Coop, it's like people have been where you were before. You better consider me a friend. It's like, yo, I don't know how Coop's life got this deranged, to be honest, but
it's bad decisions.
I'm here for season
on some level, overly convenient writing. But I'm curious to see what they're doing season 3, because they have actually started filming season 3. They started in May.
Yeah.
Last year when we talked about,
I like that we get
1
season.
Yeah, and it's good. I'm glad that that's coming back.
2 years, 3 years.
I'm glad that that's coming
Let's bring back
because
serial.
not every show needs 2 or 3 years.
A 2-year break. Come on.
Like, some shows, you may be able to convince me. Like, I can believe that Severance takes 2 years or 3 years to make. I can actually believe it. But this show, I don't know about that.
No,
I'm
this
sorry.
is a regular drama, baby.
I like that they're working on it, and they've said
like half of the budget is going to casting, probably.
Exactly.
Like,
they're filming on location. There's not a lot of
exactly,
bro. I think you guys just be throwing stars up in this, but Apple has money.
It's good. I'm curious to see who they bring in season 3. And like I said, they have started filming.
Oh my God! Sorry, one more thing. Mel has started writing her book, and her first line being, "This is what happens," and I'm just like,
That's the first line of the show.
Next season might be the last season, though. Like, is this where they finally lock him up? Or maybe he dies. Who knows?
TV these days is really moving towards everything being 3 seasons and gone.
That's an interesting thought. I mean, I don't want to hear it in her voice, I'll say, but that's Coop's line. Like, let's keep something sacred. But I mean, at the same time, it could be interesting to see a new perspective. Maybe they'll explore.
Because if the show ends and we find out the whole show has been Mel's book, I'm gonna crash out.
How would she even know all of this?
That could be something.
No, I'm saying, like, let's say like Coop finally told her.
I think they're setting her up to be somebody who finds out about things, because they do show her watching him talk to DeMille.
Definitely.
So maybe that's something they're doing.
You know what?
I don't know. Like I said, the season could
Mel
come
would
sooner.
have been a better candidate than Barney, because she's crazy enough to accept all of this.
She's a ride or die. I don't know if you guys can see that. She's a ride or die.
Yeah, but he didn't bring on Barney because he's a ride or die. He brought on Barney
because he almost died. Yeah.
Yes, and he needed somebody who knows how to manage money.
Exactly.
So like I said, we'll probably find out sooner than later. Together. They've started filming last year. WWDC had just happened. Apple's developer conference when we talked about this, and
yeah, that's true.
This time it's literally it also has just happened by the time we're releasing this. So it's literally a lot has happened. We're kind of seeing the patterns, and hopefully we get to a point where we get to see new stuff from them, and they try interesting things in the season. Because at this point, the show is good, but I do think that the second season was a bit shaky. I liked the season as a whole, but I want to know, like, before we go, what you guys' favorite storyline was.
Oh, of this season?
Yeah.
Honestly, it might have been Mel losing her shit. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed Mel losing her shit. Like, every episode just felt like the stakes are getting higher and higher. I said, God, what is she gonna do next?
For sure. I mean, I did like Coop's storyline the most likely, but I liked Barney's storyline by extension, because I even in season 1 I enjoyed what the show was trying to explore with Barney. This person who had a lot of, I guess, stability from the outside looking in, but felt not just unstable inside, but emasculated. And it's like, okay, what is it like to have all of that, quote unquote leverage, but then at home you feel like you have none? Like, that's an interesting question that the show is asking with a specific character
and
in
that's the
Barney.
Thing is, like,
and I liked that
we always, like, my personality is my question for men. Were to Beyonce and Jay-Z too, is like, what are you always looking for in this masculation versus non-emasculation? Like, this is your life. You know, you entered it with your eyes open. Like, so now you're now feeling like, I don't know, like, maybe level up.
Too many bad
so you
decisions.
Stop feeling that way.
I just don't want things to be too convenient in terms of the writing. But Emma, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like how Hoon Lee plays Barney.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
It was only recently that I realized, because I always said his voice sounds so familiar, but I never realized how much of a voice actor he was. Because it was like, I was watching Devil May Cry and I realized like his voice was in there.
Start.
Because he plays the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize like he's in almost every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adaptation as either Splinter or Shredder, whatever. And he's in so many things. And I'm like, wow. But yeah, like I really like how he plays Barney with just this, there's a pathos to it. It's like, just like, you just feel for him. Like, I just see the guy in the scene and I'm just like, yeah, in over your head. Even when he's trying to check the pulse, I'm like, you're just not supposed to be here, bro. You should be behind the desk somewhere. So, like, I enjoy watching him. What I would say, like, with this show, I'm going to just say that, I believe and I hope season 3 will be better. I think season 1 was just so good.
It was so good. So fresh.
My copium is that, you know, Craig Gillespie is one of the big producers on this show. And I want to say this season 2 writing and producing happened while he was working on Supergirl. So I want to say, Craig, if you're hearing, I'm giving you a pass for being distracted. So
LOL.
We want you to cook next year now that your big movie is coming out this month.
So excited.
You know, let's see what you've cooked there, but back to job.
Yeah, definitely look forward to our thoughts on that, because I think that's a good follow up to obviously the one from last year and the new world that they're creating. But yeah, I think that just about does it for this episode. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Emma. This has been fun. I'm very glad that we weren't chased by dogs.
Be kind to your neighbors.
And be kind to them.
Keep your dogs under control.
Keep your dogs under control is all I'm going to say. And manage your money.
Was kind.
And
that dog would have
avoid
died.
billionaire old flames. To be honest, that billionaire old flame was like the best thing that happened to him this season. But hey, I'm not here to judge.
I mean, is it the best? We're finna find out. Could it be the best and the worst?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. I hope we see more in season 3. But thank you all for listening up until this point. This has been great. Be sure to check out everything else that we have covered and everything else that we will be covering. The dragons are returning. So keep that in mind. So I guess until next time, walk your own dogs.
Peace.